Good morning, everybody. I am first off going to apologize, and I know I'm at least, at the latest, a half an hour late, but for me, about an hour and a half late. So today, we are going to play Castle Rend. Have the heroes with us, and they are about to have a pretty epic battle on the beach. They've gone off and they've split off and done a couple of their own things here and there and done some side quests, but I think their main their main goal might be right in front of them. They don't know yet, so let's find out. Start off with we'll tell you who's here. We'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll get going. Start off with the left with Rognak.
Playing Ragnak, the Orc Paladin. Ragnak's trying to go around and rid the land of threats.
Well, where are you at right now, Rognak?
I am up in the mountains surveying the area for the upcoming battle and just amazed at how many tents there are.
All right. Here in a minute, we'll figure out exactly how many tents there are and a good estimate of troops. All right. Up next, we have No See Me.
This is Jason. I'm playing the elf archer No See Me. This will be my first time leading some archer troops into battle. We'll see how that goes. No See Me's not used to dealing with a lot of other people.
All right. Then we have our local fighter, Iro.
Good morning, all. Jeff Ford playing Iro Lowerwick. Getting ready to see what kind of craziness this army has, knowing that we've got a bunch of green recruits and maybe a bit of seasoned ones. He's also coming from a very dark place when he's leading this battle. Should be interesting.
You want to remind the people why you're kind of in a dark place?
Well, during our side mission, and one of the reasons Iro found himself in uh, the area of Rend was he was looking for his family, and then he finally broke off to see them. And Lord Saxton had made it to his family's village before he could, and killed his wife and son.
That's brutal. You guys have a horrible storyteller. He's pretty brutal. All right. Up next, our local cleric. Let's see if he can keep the party alive today. Brunthar?
Should I be worried? Yeah, Brunthar, local dwarven forge cleric here. Uh, well, he's not much of a leader. I mean, he'll preach to you about Groombar and the greatness of the mountains of the desert and all that, but the whole leading armies thing, not so much. Need something to kill that's fiendish though, or demonic in nature. He's all over that.
All right. And then last but not least, we have another orc, Sergeant Shunk. He's kind of new to the group, but he's here and he's here to give as much help as he possibly can. Shunk, you want to tell yourself about that? Or tell us about that? My bad.
Hey everyone, this is Joseph Matthews, host of the Joe America Project. Normally I play the character of Ridley, who's off hunting dinosaurs right now. So today we're playing as Sergeant Shunk. He joined the party just recently when they and helped them when they encountered the orc village. Shunk is a mercenary veteran, barbarian fighter, half orc.
We can hear that.
Yeah, Joe, you're echoing your stream, I think.
And he's going to he's been doing his best to help Iroh organize the military, and we're gonna see how he does as a military commander assisting Iroh in this upcoming battle. Pleasure to be here.
All right, so today we're gonna start off with Rognak. You know, he's kind of been sitting in the mountains for, it's been at least 6, 7 days now, you know, and he knows for sure he's got another at least 3 days before he starts to see any of his crew or troops, or hopefully he sees some of his people show up soon. So we're gonna take you right into there. Alright, Rognak, you are up in the mountain area that I have circled right there. It's pretty hilly in the area that you're in, there and to the north. There is kind of a little passageway in between the hills that's kind of well traveled, you can tell. And then to the right in that crevasse, the little cliff face there, it's really like wooded, foresty, thick forest too, not like, you wouldn't really march through there. Now like your sneaky types could kind of go through there quietly. And then let's see. Let's see if you can see over that cliff. Roll a perception.
Wonderful.
Rognak.
Yep. One moment.
Um, alright. You guys don't have to worry about the tower in this one. So that way the people can see how good you roll. Or how bad you roll. So don't worry about tower. So yeah, you kind of like when you get to almost the top of the cliff, you know, not too far up, you can see over and you can see just tents. Too many to count at this moment. You know, your horse just left, Brunthar just left, you're kind of crawling up, looking over, getting your first little quick glimpse. And same thing behind those tents though, like it's really wooded right there. It kind of ends abruptly at the end of that tent. You can't really see past those last few tents, but you don't see, it's not wooded, it's more like a grassy, flat land all along the rest of that coast and as far as you can see west. East. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
The star right there, that's where the portal is forming. Um, like I said, when Brunthar and the horse left, that portal is really, really close to being done. Um, you guys were awesome with praying to your gods and using your knowledge and reading the books that you guys just acquired to know that that portal was about to close. You had maybe a week.
You mean open or close?
Open. Open. Thank you. Gonna be finished is what I was thinking in my head, but closed is what came out of my mouth.
Okay. um, movements or troops. You said earlier there were cultists setting up.
Yes, there are. There are like a wall of bodies around the portal. you know, pretty tall, and they're kind of like the portal is on like a platform as well. So like there's bodies built around it, and it's on bodies, like it's huge. You can see that clearly, like you're almost eye level with the portal. You see troops moving in and out of the east, at least on day one. You don't see them growing. You you notice the same troops that come in are the same troops that go out. Now, you also notice that they send troops out to the west as well to do scouting. So you're going to have to roll some stealth checks. We'll do a new stealth check every day. And then we'll see what happens. Your first day, you normally just kind of get a good idea of what they're doing, what's going on, what you see, a quick number of people, and then you fill out your little scroll of sending and you send it off to Brunthar at the end of every day.
Okay.
So at the end of every day, you two can make your communications. You guys each have 7 scrolls.
Okay, so my first question probably would have been what he could say their numbers would be if he can identify maybe kinds of units. If it's only infantry, do they have cavalry? Do they have archers? Is it a pretty well-rounded? Are they
Alright,
cultists? Are they armored?
cool. I'll totally let you guys talk that out, but talk it out like you're writing it on a note. Don't like answer each other back and forth. Like one go. Like tell them what you want to look for, Brunthar, and then we'll do the next day. Like every day we'll do a note passage between you two.
And just for Jason, Iro, and all the other guys, I'm gonna tell you what he said, so I don't have to keep repeating. Like I'm not gonna repeat. Like I'm repeating back everything he says to you. That's a lot of talking. So I think my first round of questions would have been like what I just said. Um, basic, uh, what he can spot, and like army wise, if he can identify any kind of or specific kinds of unit that they might have.
Okay.
Cultists. Lots and lots of cultists.
Now,
Also, there are some troops coming in from the east.
sending scrolls work instantaneously, or do they take time to get to each other? Like, could you guys
They're
type it?
instant.
Okay, cool.
They
So,
take
okay.
time to get to each other.
Oh, sending. Last time I checked, sending it's instantaneous. Let me open the spell sending real quick. Send my.
And it's not like message where you get, what, 25 words or something like that?
Use short message of 25 words or less to a creature, which hears the message in its mind instantaneously, and it recognizes you as the sender.
25 words.
What you said was 25 words. You said lots of cultists, army coming in
I'm
from the
thinking of
east.
the one where you have to write stuff down on a scroll, and the scroll has to basically fly to its destination.
I'm reading the scroll one right now. Yeah, it works the same way as the spell. And as soon as it's written, like you hear it as it's being written, or no, you write it, cast it, they hear it, it turns to dust. So these notes are not recorded, just so you guys know. All right, so first day's over. You guys had your quick little flip of information. Next day, Jerry, how are you going to do your nights? Are you going to start a fire at night? Are you going to set up a camp, set up a tent? Are you going to maybe move down to the woods one night, sleep in there? Like, let me know what you're going to do at night if you're going to move.
My apologies. I got a screaming kid in the background. I'm not trying to talk over. Put that on the.
Oh, you're good.
I now Rognak not being one exactly for sneaking, but I got a fairly good vantage point up here. I'm I would like to return back to this because this is where I figured that we would meet.
Okay,
This
so
is where we left.
every night you'll just come back to that spot there.
Yes.
All right. So on day one, what are you gonna do?
I'd honestly just keep track of the ongoing stuff going on. I'd have camp, not a whole lot of stuff that I'm going to do.
All right, cool. So,
Pray to Mendoza, give me strength to crush these enemies.
cool. We'll make this a lot faster then. We don't need to worry about stealth then. Roll a perception for today.
Breaking
Yep.
up.
Is that better? All right. Roll a perception. Now, do you want to roll a perception per day or do you want to roll like for every few hours? I'll let you take that choice.
Me, I would probably take it every few hours, at least a good solid perception and watch what's going on. I'm not going to be able to keep my attention completely focused over there, got to make a fire, got to
Right.
eat.
Yep. Okay. That's why I was curious what you were gonna do. All right. So then we'll say, you know, every 4 hours you're kind of gonna go up to the top of the cliff and sit there for maybe 20, 30 minutes and take notes, see what happens, or see what you see. Now, if you see something significant, you stay a little longer. If not, you don't. So, do you take your full 8 hours of rest every night, or are you cutting your rest down?
No, I'll take my full 8.
All right. So
As long as the fire is snuffed out and, completely dark in the area, I'm going to make it hard as hell for people to find me.
All right. In our world, there's normally 32 common hours in a day. So, you're awake for 24 hours of the day and you are going to make checks every 4 hours. Go ahead and roll 3 perceptions real quick. 6 perceptions real quick. Yeah. And then we'll go by each one. All right. It's your first day there and you're like, "All right, I'm going to be super diligent and watch. I'm going to watch really, really hard." Like you kind of just you're watching and you're like, dude, this is so boring, so boring. You're watching, but you're not really focusing too much, and nothing's really changing today either. So you're losing interest. Like up until almost the end of the night, you kind of look over and like you're about to go down. You're like, all right, it's been a boring ass day. Let me write this note to him so I can go to sleep. I'm over the day. Like a huge fire, not fire, but like a torch lit group is walking from the east to the west along the coastline. Like you can definitely tell they're new. You didn't see this many people leave earlier.
Okay, describe them again.
From what you can see, they're all on foot. You can point out like their torches are so bright and there's so many of them. You can see like maybe a handful of shiny armor walking through. Other than that, it's just like maybe like farmers or just other random people that they're walking into the camp.
They're just walking into the camp. They're no like force reckoned with, or it's clearly somewhat of an ally.
It looks like maybe from a local village. They're kind of just they're willingly, happily just walking to this village. They're walking in. They're all just chit chatting. You can kind of hear. They're loud too, like so you can hear like muffles over the land, but you can't really. You don't hear what they're saying. You can just they're making noises.
Okay, fair enough. Roughly how many?
Roll another perception to focus on it.
Oh, take first. Oh, they're the same.
You can guess. It's getting dark and just by the little blob of people, you kind of assume like you take that blob and you compare it to a different blob that you've been seeing all day of the army, and you guess maybe there's like 30, 40 people, and you only do see like a handful of people in like anything shiny at all, and they're like in the center of the group. And then they're just walking, and they stay along the coastline too. Like they don't go into the camp, and they're making like a straight beeline to the portal.
I wonder if these are sacrifices.
Are you gonna keep watching?
Yep.
All right. So they're walking through, and they're walking, and they get to the portal, and they're a little closer now. So if you wanted to maybe get another good view of them, they've actually moved to your side. They're kind of like surrounding the portal.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Yeah. The portal just kind of lights up so bright that you can't see anything. You couldn't get a good count. You can see now. You see like there's shadows in the light, and then you're watching, and then like the they start floating in the air. All of them, like every person that walked in, is floating in the air, hands up, like willingly. They're not fighting. They're not screaming. They get up to the top, and you kind of just like looking, and you can't really tell what's going on.
either, right? Because
Yeah, roll either.
I'm definitely taking the religion over Arcana.
Okay, so yeah, you are watching, and now like you are super, super, super intrigued. Like this has your full attention, and you're looking, and then you see like this essence start to get like sucked out of not the people, but like little random mundane things that are like on their person, like, and it's getting sucked out. And you're watching all these little waves float through into the portal, and then the people they start floating in closer to the portal, and a little bit closer to the portal, and then the bodies they're lined up in like a really good cone. Like how you get bodies to stack like that, I know like 5 or 6 people that would like to learn something like that, you know. So you're watching, and then you realize how it happens. All of the sudden, out of all these bodies, like these bars just like shoot out, and they stick up probably just like maybe 8, 9 inches above the other bodies. The floating bodies float in, and they're hanging, and then all of a sudden that essence just goes away, and all the bodies fall, and they land on the spikes, not instantly killing all of them. So some of them are kind of just like laying there, wobbling around, kind of dying. And now you know how they sacrifice the people.
Well, that is that's a good start for the night. I know they're kind of willing, so I'll start writing up the sending scroll. I'm content with that for the night.
All right. And you're pretty much just going to tell Brunthar what you saw. And Brunthar, you're going to tell them what he saw. So, Brunthar, what would you like to know now?
I wrote to him.
That's perfect. Is that under 25 words?
Counted. You can count myself unless I fucking missed it.
Perfect. 24. Yeah, I would
I
say you're just outside of Castle Rend when you send this note, Brunthar. It's like the end of day 2, and it took 3 days to get to Castle Rend.
Okay.
All right, so that's the note you got, Rognak. Back next day.
I'm just gonna keep it as simple as I can. Couple words. If you can piece it together, cool. Here goes. Ritual performed. Essence drained from sacrifices. Items and people.
You didn't notice anything coming out of the people.
Okay, so just the items and dropped onto spikes. Wooded area to the, what is that, southeast?
Your last note that you send is going to be this map. So they're going to get this map.
That's it. I watched Ritual.
Yep.
Seemed to drain magic from them, and yeah, just all that basic stuff.
Perfect. All right. Day day two was kind of boring. You know, nothing happened. There were no sacrifices that day. You know, you kept your watch and no big troop movement. Like you really didn't see anybody moving around the tent area today. Like it was really quiet. It was weird. All right, go ahead and send your note for the day two.
Said quiet over at the tents,
Yeah, like you barely didn't see
and
any
I'm
movement.
sending this at like night to the end of the day.
Yep,
Yeah, no troop movements.
the way I picture it is you're sending your report to Brunthar. Brunthar is replying back with like, okay, well let's try and see if we can figure this out or figure this out and this out. You do that the next day with whatever you want to do, and then you send that note out again. All right.
If there's no movement on, I guess, day 3, I would probably be a little bit more trying to be perceptive at that point. You could just shrink that a little bit. Thank you. That works, and I can kind of show exactly where I am now.
I'm adjusting it according to like the stream size. I'm sorry.
I can still get a good general area with that. They're a lot closer than I thought they would be.
Each square is 100 yards. Let me do the math on that real quick. Figure out what you want to do this day while I do this math. Oh, you just became part of the map.
Yes! No, not good, but yeah. And I would just go about my day and go up about my normal time, sit on the side of the cliff, take notes.
All right, roll your perceptions.
Six of them again?
Yep. You know, again, like after yesterday's episode, you go up to the top of the hill and you're like, nothing happened yesterday. Maybe I'll get lucky. And you're watching, but you're not really watching. Um, and then throughout the rest of the day, there's more movement than the day before. Not much more movement, but you know, there's no movement by the portal at all. You don't really see anything there. Um, the tents, it's more just moving from tent to tent. People just sitting around a fire, talking. Roll. Alright, I'll give it to you. Roll to see like what they are, who they are, like what you see. Like, are they soldiers? Are they?
Yeah, I want to make sure they're not like little feral demons or something like that.
see people, see humans, some in armor, some not. You see what you think might be horses. You've seen horses, you know what horses look like, but you're so far away that you really can't tell. Alright, so you are about 2 miles away, which isn't far, but it's not exactly close. You know, it's close enough where you can kind of see. You got a good vantage point on the hill. You know.
Oh, see, I thought I was climbing up over here, like on the cliff side of the, almost scaling the side of the cliff every day, sitting on the side up top.
Well, I figured you were sitting like right here.
Right where my character is right now.
Okay, so you're gonna sit on that side of the cliff and watch everything.
Yes. Now that I have know what's going on, there is something I'd like to do, probably day 4, seeing this is the end of the day.
Oh, you're still at the middle of the day. I'm at your 9. You see something with your 16. You know, like you just ate lunch. You're kind of rejuvenated a little bit. You go back to post and you're watching, and you're looking, and like you're not sure if you're really seeing it, but there's a ship like coming in from the north. That whirlpool's not there. It's just cool.
Hurricane out of nowhere.
They've been known to happen in this area and take people to weird places. It's a pretty decent sized ship, you know, and it's coming in and you don't see a dock for it to port or anything. Like it's just coming in nonchalantly, and then all of a sudden it kind of like it stops like at a dead stop. Like, you've never seen a ship do that before. Like, what the hell is going on? It kind of like floats up in the air a little bit, comes across over these rocks, and those rocks kind of form together, and they turn into like a holder for the boat that I can't think of the real word for. Like the boat is sitting on those rocks now, but not. They definitely weren't scared of the rocks poking a hole in their ship. Um, the rocks kind of like formed perfectly in place too to hold their ship in place. But and then you sat there and you maybe stayed there for an extra hour just to see what was going on, and you didn't see a single person leave.
The ship?
Correct. And then your other 2 watches for the day, you still didn't see anybody leave the ship.
So, oh, right there, the ship's actually.
Those rocks are holding the ship up. They have formed into like a little a holder for the ship. You got to witness all of that.
Okay. That's strange.
Did you get that?
Yeah, let me look at my character sheet, see what I can. Hmm, hmm. History it is. A 9.
You know, you've been seeing this symbol more often, and it's getting easier for you to remember. You kind of think it contains like it almost looks like Saxon's symbol, but you're not 100% sure or not. You know, from where you're at, you live closer to them, and you guys kind of knew more about Saxon, and you've learned more about him during your travels, like through the necromancers and the notes and books you guys have collected. So you can definitely tell that's one of his ships.
Okay, that's definitely an important note.
Note for everybody, each grid is roughly 200 feet from any point to any point.
Trying to type out my message right now.
Alright, cool.
Hey, Josh, while he's doing that, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Um, I know this was mentioned last time, but it's been a long while since I think it came up. We made contact with Obereyes about this massive demonic summoning circle, like since it was right on our border. Have they responded to us at all? That we like with the ambassador we have with them? Like if they said they'd send assistance or not, or
I remembered. Um,
well, I mean, I was remembering. I was like, I was like, I don't want to say anything, but I was like,
you guys, you guys don't like have time to wait there for word back from them because it's so far away. Um, you didn't have sending scrolls at the time, so you're hoping that they come into battle with you guys. Like you guys are really hoping for that they join you.
Yeah, I remember our ambassadors going out and we call it doing a call to arms, but we haven't heard back from anybody. But we're still marching, right?
Well, we are almost done with Jerry's week. Like on his seventh day, he's gonna see you guys walking up to him. So
I like it.
day 4 now. He's typing out his note to Brunthar.
Sorry, distracted.
That's life, man. It happens. I'm gonna say that I really am loving the freedom of on my screen I can have open whatever I want. It's very like liberating to not be constricted to like a certain spot of the screen.
Very nice.
What's the gist of it, Jerry?
Sorry, push to talk. That's the gist of it right there.
But I'm not gonna lie, Joe, I haven't been paying attention. I see you guys all talking to each other, but I'm not really reading it too much.
That's all right. We're just getting all the side stuff out of the way.
That's what I figured. That's why I really haven't been focusing on it. So, all right. All right, next day, day 4. By this time, um, you guys are getting word of everything that's going on as well. So at this point, if you want to chip in on the note back, can. I don't know what keeps happening to your token, Jerry, but it keeps becoming a part of the map. So, do you know how to draw a circle?
Enter drawing mode.
I got you. That works too. You can kind of like just draw a little circle where you want to move to. If you're moving or if you're not going to move, just roll your 6.
Oh, pointers. I see now.
There you go. Now you can move that where you want to go and then make your checks according to how long you're going to stay in that spot.
Well, that's not where I go. The scaling's all way
Oh,
off. That's 5 foot right there that I have marked out, but I can't.
oh. I was looking at your circle.
I don't have a circle.
There's a 0-foot circle like right by your token. But if you click one of the squares on your pointer, you can move it around. Jerry.
I'm trying. It's not letting me do anything. Do
It won't let you
like
move them?
no, I just literally tried to move the pointer an inch on my screen. It's not letting me do anything.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, where do you want to go then? Like, where are you thinking of going?
Just on the other side of the ridge, right next to those trees, like maybe making a hike up the side of that cliff or whatever. Kind of get an uphill bird's eye.
Right there?
That's a 5 foot circle for me. I don't know if you can see that, but it's freaking huge.
Yeah, I can see it. That's weird. I don't know why it does that.
Basically, right in between those 2 points. Right there, damn it.
Okay. I Yeah, it's not working for me. I don't know what's going on, but it's weird. I can see all of my marks and I can see some of your marks, but they're definitely, I know they're not where you're telling me they are. So I'm going to, are you going on the other side of the cliff, on the other side of the trees, or are you going in that treed area and up higher?
Up higher, just on the other side of the trees, see if I can get kind of a look down over the cliff.
Okay. So you are on their side of the map.
More or less, yes.
I promise you, you won't make it that far in one day. So that is your day
Oh,
plan.
it's a lot farther.
Yeah, because you got to go, you're not going to go down and up, are you? Aren't you going to go behind? You're going to walk right in front of all of them? I mean, you're only like going to be like 400 feet away from the cliff's edge.
No, I'm not going down the cliff. Maybe I'm not understanding how this works. The tree line in the center there, is that higher than I am or lower?
Lower.
That looks lower.
That's a ravine. Like yeah, that's down below you.
Oh, see, I thought that was a cliffside, like I could climb up and get a higher vantage point.
Nope,
I am
you're
so
looking
sorry.
down
Okay.
that. No, you're good.
Well, then never mind. I take back everything I said.
Yeah, because what I'm picturing right now is like you're
That
walking
changes
down that
everything.
hill, crossing in front of the trees, and then walking up the hill on the other side, trying to go hide, waving at everybody as you walk by.
Yeah, hell no. Well, I just take my normal perceptions and everything from where I am,
Okay.
because that's my best vantage point right now.
All right, I will let you roll advantage on every one, and as long as you're okay with it, we'll say these are your rolls for the rest of the time.
I just exited out the damn thing. But yes, if I mean, here, I'll make one perception and you can use it if you want.
I'll let you make your mind up on that. If it's really bad, I'll let you re-roll it. If you just want to do one. All right, yeah, you can re-roll that with advantage.
6.
You're so bored at this point. You're like, dude, the ship showed up. Where the hell are these guys at? I told them there was a ship. They should just be here. Like, don't they know magic? They're magical people. They should just be here. I'm tired of watching. I'm just gonna go sit over here and kind of look back every now and then. And I'll actually send legit notes, but they won't know that they're not 100% legit. So you gotta start like, you gotta make it seem like you're actually watching, even though you're not.
You're shamming so hard right now, it's not even funny. Sham shield activate.
That's great.
You're shabby.
All quiet on the front so far. Then for the
All right, so yeah, so
no,
the next few days, your notes are just no big change. Still haven't seen anybody leave the ship, because you haven't seen anybody. You have not. Even like if you were diligently watching, you would not see anybody leave that ship.
oh, and that's what I see. That's what I report
All right.
because I would be trying to watch, but I mean, hell, even
Yeah,
at
no,
a
yeah, I figured
10
you were
standard
trying.
perception,
Well, what's your passive? I forget about that thing.
isn't it what 10 plus or just
Yeah,
yeah?
your passive
I
is
don't know.
11, so you still like no big increase in force. Um, Still nothing from the ship, nothing in, nothing out. Like you don't see people on the upper deck walking around. It hasn't moved since it's posted up there. Like it's
Ghost
weird.
ship. I'm putting that in the notes. Sorry, skeleton crew. Nobody on board.
All right. So pretty much that's what's gonna happen for his next few days. So your guys' last legit note was there is a ship. He hasn't seen any movement. Um, and you guys have when Iroh and Nosimi got back, Grunthar was running up almost like at the same time. So you guys need to gather your army and get ready.
All right. So, So if I do remember where we left off, like RPing story wise, was me and Nosimi had just returned back to Rend, and Brunthar come running up to us, let us know what was going on.
Yep. You are correct.
Well, I'm ready to do some role playing, guys. How about y'all?
Yup.
Bonesaw is ready.
All right, Jerry. If you want to take a break, um, bio break or whatever you need to do, you can go ahead. Um,
I do have to deal with something.
all right, go ahead. We'll get these guys going. All right, so you guys have been getting the notes back and forth from Rognak, and Bruthar has been relaying them to you, and you guys have been chipping in and replying back. The last note you guys got was that Saxton's ship just came in. That's all you know as of right now. And go.
Saxton is there. Nosimi, mobilize everyone. We must move out immediately. Brunthar, get the men ready. Find me Sergeant Shunk.
All right, but if I get a chance, I'm going for Saxon.
Agreed. He
Works
is a
for me.
number one priority.
I'm gonna give you the map, Iro, that he sent me, obviously, and I'm going to say this is what's in the area. You can plan a battle plan if you want. My only preference is something he told me earlier with the notes was that anywhere near the portal seems to be some sort of magically absorbing essence. That's what he told me in the notes. So I'm assuming we don't want to get close to the circle, and I wouldn't want to get close to it anyway. So hopefully we can engage him anywhere not near where that is located.
That's good to know. Sergeant Shunk, have all the squad leaders report to the castle proper immediately.
So, did someone send for me? Am I arriving, or what's going on?
Oh, you're still you're there.
Yeah, you're there.
What units do you want mobilized?
All of them.
With all due
So
respect,
modest.
sure. I think that we should at least leave one platoon of archers and 2 platoons of infantry behind.
Agreement.
I
We're
heard of
not
that.
leaving Edmund completely.
I say, wait. Let's pull out the maps. Let us look. I think, but at least Sergeant Shunk, get the word out to start mobilization of all units. Now, show me what you mean.
I'm going to send one of the retainers to get everyone organized in the field, ready to move. All units will be ready to move, and we will decide amongst ourselves which units are going.
Well, we'll be leaving Edmund in care of the Lore Knights. And what is your worries are of the castle itself? Quickly, what plans do you proceed? What do you believe?
My recommendation is to leave both our 2nd platoon, archers and infantry, and our 6th platoon of infantry.
Speech could be a distraction to pull troops away.
I also recommend
Heading
all
this
Fey
way.
heroes, all of our Fey creatures come along with us.
No, Sammy, what is your recommendations?
Pretty much the same. I think we should leave some people here. I'm real worried about the rumors of this portal they say that's in the castle that we haven't discovered yet. If there is a portal or there is a way to get inside the castle, there's no point in killing Saxon if Edmund dies too. That just still leaves the entire kingdom in disarray.
That is true. Reports have not come up promising on finding that portal. Then I believe that our best course of action then would to be leave the Fae. They are more attuned to the magic world, wouldn't you think? They would be able to sense something happening. Now, as far as our archers, going off of this map that Ragnar has sent us, there's a lot of open ground, and then there's a lot of wooded area, places to set great ambushes, or areas to set our archers out to, waylay the battlefield. I think all of our archers need to go. Hmm.
I don't think they all need to go. With Sergeant Shunk here.
With all due respect, sir, archery is the most defensive unit our castle needs in case of an attack, more so than infantry.
Yeah, the infantry only need to fight if they breach the walls. And with our
Then I say
supplies
leave.
and a good stack of archers, they can probably hold off a superior force for, I don't know, I'm gonna look over at Sergeant Shunk. What do you think? Days?
Probably a week. My recommendation is to leave our 2nd platoon infantry and archers because they are our 2nd most experienced and most powerful units, and then our 6th platoon of archers because they are more or less our most green, most inexperienced unit, and wouldn't be as useful as the rest of the archer units. That would still give us 3 good archery units and 5 infantry units.
I will
And I
consent.
do believe that we should bring all of our cavalry.
Yeah, the cavalry ain't gonna do no good here.
The cavalry in this battle won't do much more than haul our gear. I would consent with the 3rd platoon medium infantry being left behind and 4th platoon archers being left behind. Cavalry, yes, with the Fae staying behind. I suggest that the monk of the way.
Well, no, I might have been misunderstood. I don't think the
leader.
cavalry is going to be much use standing behind. Cavalry is not going to defend the castle very well.
Yeah, I think the cavalry with
No,
us. There's a lot of open
what I'm
ground
saying
here.
is with the map, the cavalry doesn't have much open ground until we get out there by the shore or to raid their tents.
Still pretty good
So
amount of open
cavalry
ground.
depends on which way we come through. Do we come through the valley, or we're going to come through the hill areas, mountain? Are we going to come from the left of the map, center of the map? We can't come from the right of the map because that's going to lead us right into them and near that magical portal. We're going to want to pull their army maybe even into that valley or into the hills. We're going to definitely want to try to pull their army away.
Permission to give a recommendation.
Go.
I suggest we send all of our archery units and our Fey units with Sir Nosimi through the southern woods, just south of their encampment.
I was thinking of the same. I'd already assigned a 3rd platoon archery unit under Nosimi's control. Or do you think we give him 1st platoon seasoned? I
suggest he takes all of the archery units, and then what we do is we send our infantry. We have our infantry approach from the west to draw their forces out into the field. And as they go after our infantry, we have our cavalry come in from the forest there in between that's lower. So as they send their infantry out to engage ours, we send our cavalry to flank them. Meanwhile, our archers, using flame arrows, destroy their encampment.
Not a bad plan. What is the makeup we're facing?
I don't really know. Cultists, some armored units. He said he's spotted. Sackton's ship, and if we don't know if he's providing enforcement or not because we haven't seen any activity on the ship. And then obviously the amount of cultists and whatever, and then the army that he said was approaching from the east.
To send our infantry out there with no archery cover, the cavalry will help, but to have them have no archery cover, no, I don't agree with that. I do agree with
so if we take our most experienced archers and have them assist our infantry while the rest of the archery units go with Nosimi.
I'd almost disagree with that. I would think the green archers would make better support because I would fear I would think the seasoned ones would have a better chance of escaping into the woods since they have more experience and they wouldn't mess up Nosimi with their, they haven't, since they have had more.
Yeah, you stick me with a bunch of green guys, I'm going to lose them in the woods.
And I would think the green archers would just provide supporting cover while the real archers actually did the true damage at the encampment.
Also, no offense, let me remind you, if I get a chance to go after Saxon, I'm going to put an arrow in his head. If I leave a bunch of green archers...
I'm not saying giving you green archers. I'm saying giving you the regular light archers. The ones that have been around for a while, they know what's going on. They're not seasoned yet, but they know how to do their jobs and they're getting to be very well at it. So if you do break off, they've already got established leadership and they're not just going to get wandered around lost.
That's what I was getting at.
Now, I think that the seasoned, I
Well,
think we should
I
keep at
think we
least
have some
one of the
confusion on what we have here because our seasoned archers are medium archers. Our third platoon is regular troops, and our fourth and fifth platoons are green.
There's a difference. You have in there. You have platoon regular light archers. Now that is a category, light archers. Since they're
Those
already
are
regular and they're
regular. They're
light, that makes
regular
them a little
troops, though.
faster.
They're not. They're not.
The regular's not as horrible season though, but I was actually thinking I'm gonna leave it up to Nosimi since he's the archer expert, but I was thinking just in the realm of maybe the light archers are the forward, setting the encampment on fire, but that the medium archers could sit farther back in the woods as protection for when they inevitably get chased by whoever's left behind to guard the encampment, so that they can retreat through the woods easier. But
That makes sense because eventually the green guys are going to break after they set stuff on and get scared.
So we're going to take our fourth and fifth platoons, our green archers, to support the infantry.
yes,
We're leaving behind
Second.
our second platoon at the castle, and the first and third platoons are going to go with Nosimi, correct?
yes, and third platoon would be the one who go with Nosimi up to the encampment, or at least this was my idea. And then that first platoon would be their backup, like to make sure that no one chases them into the woods when there's an eventual break in the encampment, since they're taking arrows.
Do you guys have a list of what you got on a note?
We have the Rend military organization note. That's what I'm using as a reference.
Okay, I'm making so you guys can do this. I'm making the troops. I just need to know which ones you're taking to battle. Figure that out right now. You're losing time. It's starting to get.
Which infantry unit is staying?
You lost track of time. You've been doing this for like 2 or 3 hours now. It's about to get dark.
Which infantry unit are we leaving behind?
It was second platoon. No, sorry.
That was
platoon?
my recommendation.
I would say third platoon. Light infantry might be nice. We might need to clear ground a lot faster here.
All right, I'm going to go give the orders of which units to mobilize, and I will have everyone ready shortly. And then at that moment, Shunk will leave and start making making the arrangements for movement.
And as everyone's getting ready for movement, I'll also mention to Iro, since he seems well seasoned, I don't really know how they'll react, but my armor does give me ability to summon. DM, would you assume an old order of trained knights? Would that be like a heavy seasoned creature, or maybe like a heavy seasoned army unit? For this one?
All right, Josh. Let me know when you're ready.
I need to know what troops you are taking.
All right, I got this.
We're taking everyone except for our third platoon infantry and our third platoon archery. Is that correct? Iro?
No, that is not correct. That is not correct at all. All right, so for our infantry, we were going to leave 6th platoon green light infantry. And you want to leave the 2nd platoon seasoned archers there because you guys said that the archery is the most important thing for guarding that. They're going to be the most deal. 3rd platoon archers, that's going to be Jason's like attack, nasty ass squad.
Okay.
The 1st platoon seasoned archers and the green archers are going to fire, or with the rest of the infantry that we take for the field of battle, and we're taking all of the cavalry. So Josh, the two that are staying behind is the 3rd platoon green medium infantry and the 2nd platoon seasoned medium archers. I think we should still leave the Fae, so I'll let the DM decide, or let the Fae decide what they want to do.
I really think the Fae would be helpful in the forest.
It would be.
It's going to be the Faye's decision in the end. Also, we're going to leave the Acolyte of the Way. He's a 5th level monk. He's going to be in charge. The Scroll Maker kind of does what he wants to do. I'm debating, do we take the Enchanter or do we leave the Enchanter? I'm saying we leave the Enchanter and the Monk as our regents while we're gone doing this battle.
I say leave her. She has 0 combat experience.
Also, on a side note, the Knights of Lore, they will be standing by protecting Edmund while we're gone. That's their only job.
That seems set to me. I'm not trying to get. I kind of pointed arrows, DM, on the beach battle map where I felt like everyone was saying they wanted to attack from. The little square would be the infantry setup. The line in the middle is cavalry. And the line just below the encampment is where Nosemi would have attacked from.
You're gonna take the horses through the thick forest that you can't march through?
Well, no, I
thick.
thought we would all. Oh, that's all thick forest? So I thought that's what you said you wanted them to do. Is that not right, Chunk? Is that not where you said you wanted them to attack from?
Repeat the question, please.
I'll say we have the cavalry as backup, that we can open up the infantry lines, I'm assuming, and just let the cavalry through if we want them to charge.
I want the cavalry to stay hidden out of view so the infantry draws out their military. I figured if we went through that middle ravine there, that would be the easiest way to get behind their troops. Because if our troops are stationed near the mountains or hills or whatever those are, they're going to move. They're going to engage our infantry over there, which will cut them off from the support of their camp if our cavalry comes in behind from the ravine.
So the DM just said that that whole ravine is thickly forested, so that cavalry would have a very rough time in it.
What about taking the horses around, since they're faster, they're horses, and taking them through the line I just drew?
I'm fine with that as an alternative, since the other way seems too hard.
So this is what I'm thinking, gentlemen. Where that 0 is at, the end of that line is at, that's where we want to pull the army to. Nosemi, you take your squad, move through the woods, and after the army comes through and we engage, either if we're losing, ambush them. If we're winning, or hell, even if we're losing still, ambush the camp. We will draw the army to hopefully away from the dais near the hills here, so this way our cavalry will have some room to run, and may our blades ring true.
I think if we should really try and push the treants to come with us. I think they would be invaluable with the archers and to help protect the archers and move the archers through the woods.
If Shunk wants to spend like an extra 10 minutes knowing that he could catch up to everybody to try and like go tell them like, look, we could really use you guys, give them like a little last hoorah speech, I'll let you give a speech, roll a persuasion, and we'll see what happens.
So Shunk will go to the forested area where the Fae probably are camping out near Castle Rend.
Yep, while everybody else is all packed up and ready to go, they're going to head out and you just say what you're going to say to let them know, say, hey, I'm going to go talk to them, blah, 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 and then go do it. You'll catch right back up to them.
I'm assuming that we already have some sort of working relationship as I go into this area.
Oh, yeah, you, okay. So, Shunk, you would know, like, while you were there at the castle, like, after you showed up, you know, you're kind of there by yourself. There's no main person in the castle anymore. And then, all of the sudden, like just these Fey people just started coming out of nowhere to the castle, and you would have actually interacted with them like, hey, what's going on? And they would have told you like, no, you guys, you guys saved us. You cleaned our woods. You you cleaned the people from here. They cleaned that empty, wretched place of a dungeon. They killed the hags. We can be free now. They freed us. These are good people, and we are here. We're here to help save these lands.
So Shunk would have entered in and kind of just got everyone to gather around for a quick second. He would have asked very politely, not trying to give any orders. And he's going to just pretty much come out and say, hey, you guys said you wanted to help. Well, this is going to be our first major military operation, and we are going to need all the help we can get. um, I'm not going to try to order you. I'm just asking you, if you truly want to help us, now is the time to help. And I rolled a 6.
They look at you and they're like, Orc, we understand you. We get you. We see where you're coming from. No, us Fey orcs, the likes of the kobolds, the ones that are not bad people, we need to stick together and help each other. Because if we don't show everybody that we're not all evil, nobody will believe us. So, I can offer you 2 of my treants to take you up and go with you. If anything, to be scouts in that wooded area that we know is around there. We actually might know. Actually, he looks over at his partner, kind of whispers in his ear a little bit. And his partner looks back and they're like, they got a smile on their face and they both look at each other and they're like, yeah, maybe do you think they're alive still? Maybe. We'll send a word out. We'll send 2 treants with you. You might get more help. We'll see what happens.
Sergeant Shunk thanks them graciously, tells them he appreciates any and all help, and tells them he has to leave and catch up to the rest of the military.
All right, so you got your horse. So you're going to jump on it and just catch up real quick. Fuck. And then as you're riding your horse catching up, like out of like behind all the Fae, like out of nowhere, like you see the 2 treants just come walking out, but like if you look between them, you see like a shimmery, shiny, just like a rainbow just flies right by you, and here's Iroh riding this unicorn into battle.
Does that mean? Never mind.
I also have my samurai banner attached to the back of my armor as I'm riding. Armor's cleaned and polished, sword shiny, flag whipping in the wind as I come running by. To arms, friends. This day, Saxton may pay. But either it's another day forced to cleanse the lands around Rend of evil. To arms. And he rides off.
All right. All right.
My
So
brain.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my brain's a little tired from last night, so I'm trying to be more descriptive, but it's not working very well.
I completely understand.
You ain't the only one, buddy.
All right. So yeah, you guys have 2 treants.
I feel great.
I mean, I don't feel horrible. I feel good. But yeah, and I'm gonna play again tonight. Damn it. And I might even stream it. So those of you watching, you might get a special episode tonight. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. All right. So you guys are riding into battle. Um, well, riding up to the area. I'm trying to find like some tokens because you guys got like different ranking infantry and freaking archers. I can't just use like an A and an I. Well, I guess yes I can. I can make one bigger than the other. Totally just thought of that. The archers are coming in from that area, correct? Did you guys hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The archers are coming in from the right in the wooded area. Correct?
2 units of it, but 2 other archery units are going to be with the infantry.
Okay. That's down the path.
Correct.
All right. The ones that are going through the woods, they're the better ones, right?
Yeah. Question, guys. Now, I was thinking that Nosimi and those archers move up through that ravine. That's what I was thinking. Now, I'm good with that plan there too. What do you guys think?
I think that ravine would be very difficult for them to move through and then be able to move out of.
I agree. I don't see the point in putting it in the ravine.
Because if they come out of the ravine and we pull them closer to where we're at by the hills, then we can do a pincer attack on the army with archery. And if not, then after their big army moves, then they have kind of an open ground to get to the remaining of the camp. They can't offer us any backup on that side of the map.
I figured they would, after they destroy the encampment, unless they start to get overwhelmed, they would just follow through and attack from behind so that we're still flanking them.
Yeah, I thought they would harry them from the rear, and then they'd have the woods to fall back to if they needed it.
Now, Simi, you're leading this ambush assault squad. What do you think?
Well, personally, if we're bringing the cavalry down where I drew that line, which means we're going to have the cavalry assault their troops, in that open plain area right there, directly beneath the whirlpool?
Try to, yes.
Then I would put newbie archers by where that A is. The newbie archers, we want to just rattle the camp, set shit on fire, things of that nature. I would take the seasoned archers.
You cut out. I didn't hear what you were gonna do with the seasoned archer. And see if you can move those for me, no see me.
I would take the season's archers up through that area of the woods so that way they can shoot easily into the field, still have cover. They can't get attacked on the left side or the right side because there's a ravine. Nobody's coming up and down that ravine. That's where I'd take the seasoned ones. That's where
Yeah,
I
I would
would go.
suggest sending one of the treants with him as backup too.
Yeah, I think no see me squad is should be that. What do you guys think though? Instead of you taking the seasoned ones, you take the regular ones, and then a seasoned can lead one of the greens as our assaulting the camp squad.
I'm fine with it as long as they keep up.
Yeah, well, because they will be their own unit being controlled by themselves. You would be controlling the regular light that we've got, archers. Yeah, and I agree giving the Trent to the other seasoned medium archer platoon that we got.
We only have one season archery unit.
Yep,
Right.
that's the only
One
big
season unit is back. Yeah, one season unit is back at the place. One season unit is controlling itself. Jason has the regular light archers, and then we have the two green archers protecting the, our main front.
So which one were you wanting to send one of the green archers to?
We have the two green archers based on our main army. Okay, the regular light archers is under Jason's control. The seasoned medium archers that we brought with us are their own entity.
But you had just suggested sending one of the green archers to be supplemental.
But then I saw the Trent, and that's why I was like, no, if the seasoned archers and the Trent do their thing, then that will make up, and instead of splitting one of the green archers.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. I only had heard you saying that you wanted to reinforce, and I was just trying to figure out which one you were talking about.
All good, makes sense, brother. We good.
We need 2 more infantry units, Josh.
Yep. See if you can move those around.
Nope.
Yeah, because if you're just dropping tokens on there, we won't be able to do it. If you drop like an NPC or something on there, we might be able to manipulate it. I don't know.
Iro, do you want to take the cavalry while I take the infantry?
Yeah, I like that. Brunthar,
Brunthar, do you feel comfortable ordering the archers?
I was gonna be on the infantry line with you, man. I have no idea what to do with archers. I can try. I can attempt. Sure. Let's see how it
I was
works out.
thinking that Brunthar and Ragnar, either they buff one of the green light infantry that we have out there, them tag team, or each one of them take command of one of the infantry units. Same as you.
Okay. Are we just gonna let the infantry commanders just do it on their own then, independently?
Hold on 1 second. I got to take care of the wife.
Brunthar Rognak, which infantry unit do you want?
I don't know. Are they to me yet? Have they relayed any of this information to me?
Nope. Nope. They haven't said anything to you yet. They're on their way to you.
I can know that they are within a mile of me once my horse gets within communication range.
I'm sure. I'm sure I would have informed you we were approaching with our sending scrolls.
That's all I need to hear.
I didn't know how many we had. I was told we have 7 each.
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the 7th day, hey, we're on the way.
So if you guys look in the Rend military organization, the only infantry unit not available is the 3rd platoon. You guys can take your pick, and I'll just take whatever's left. I was going to suggest you both take the. I would suggest you guys take 1st and 2nd platoon because they're the more experienced, more powerful, and I'll take the remaining 3 units of light infantry, green light infantry.
For me.
What is this? So is what everybody's actually taking their own squad?
You're taking a platoon of infantry. About 30 men, give or take.
They're gonna fight in the background, and like, this is how this is gonna work. You guys are going to direct your troops where to go to contact other like groups. You guys are going to focus on either like the middle of the group with your group, but your group's gonna fight on their own. We're not rolling for your group. We're gonna roll for you. There is going to be like another leader of other groups out here.
Okay.
So fighting is going on all around you once this kicks off. You guys are just fighting like one or maybe 2 other people.
Iroh's on.
That's where I'm gonna put the summoned heavy seasoned infantry from the Blue Dragon.
We're not going to use this map for all of this. This is pretty much just to show how you guys get into here. But you guys are going to make it up to the beach line. Like, you guys are going to get to here before you're even confronted.
Yeah, we can't even pull them out. All right.
As you guys are walking up, you know, you're in.
So they're never gonna. Oh, never mind. They're not going to take the bait and send their infantry out.
I don't know. We'll see. Hold on. If you want to like flag your guys through when you come through, you can do what you want. But here's what's happening. You guys are riding up, walking up. You know, those of you coming between the cliff faces, you're riding through carefully, looking around, making sure nobody's out there. Looking, and then here's Ragnak, just standing there, kind of like waving at you guys, Forrest Gump style, standing there with a big smile on his face. And, you know, and then no see me, he and his archers, they're going through the woods all sneaky like, getting up there, and it's really, really quiet. Like, you guys don't hear anything. You guys don't see anything. Just silence.
I'll ride up to Shunk and be like, they're not going to meet us on our field of choosing. Get them in wedge formation, spread out, move through, send runners to No See Me to move on his flank attack on the camp itself.
I do exactly as he orders.
All right.
Are we going to leave the cavalry back here to keep them hidden?
No, I think time for hiding is over. I'm pretty sure they have spies watching us the same as we had watching them. I would definitely have them on the back side of the wedge. So if they need to wheel around to the front, they can. The foot can make up the front.
I organize the infantry so that the more seasoned and regular infantry are more towards the middle front of the wedge, and the green infantry will be on the edges, reinforced by with the archers in the middle.
All right. So those of you in the woods, I need to know: are you going to like stand on the edge of the woods and wait till you see them make contact and then attack, or are you gonna kind of like move through the city as they move? You're just gonna keep moving forward, doing what you do.
Sorry, was that to me?
Yeah, you got control of them guys.
Yeah, you guys that are flanking, are you going to like? How are you flanking them? Are you standing on the woods waiting to see the other team make contact? Or are you going to move through as they move through still? Like, kind of when they break that corner, you're going to be entering the camp.
Like I said, I thought we had the noobs over in the forest in the bottom
Okay, so it's just them. You're with the rest of the party.
right hand side. They're just gonna like set fire to the tents, and then I would be with the archers like in that middle section.
Okay, alright, cool. So, alright, they are up to you right now, and it doesn't look like your team is up to you, and it doesn't look like they're going to come out to fight you out here in the middle. That you guys don't see anything. It's still dead.
Is there any movement in the camp?
Nope. It's weird. There's like it's silence. You guys haven't heard anything, seen anything. The ship's still there. The ship is still there, but you don't see people. It's weird.
Shunk goes to Iroh. This really feels like a trap.
Dr. Ragnarok, so how long has there been absolutely zero movement?
Oh, 3, maybe 4 days.
So shouldn't we have heard about that 3, maybe 4 days ago?
That was in the note. No movement for like 3 days.
I'm pretty sure we thought you meant no troop movement, not that you have not seen a living soul.
Apparently, it wasn't eerily quiet. Look, hey, I'm not the one that should have been on here. I'm lucky I even got a freaking note to you guys in time. A dwarf to you guys in time.
No Simi's heading into the camp.
All right. So as soon as you break the plane of the
No. I'm going through the trees. Well, let me draw you a line. Really think I'm like walking across the plain, just like walking to the camp? Really?
I gotta test you. I know you better than that, but I mean,
It's more like we're following that line right there.
okay.
And heading up through that way.
Go ahead. You can enter the camp.
All right.
Roll a perception. It looks like as you're walking through, you're entering the camp and you look and it's weird. There's like nobody here. There's no smoke coming out of the fire. There's no fire. You poke your head in the first tent and like there's dust on everything, like sand on everything. You would think that nobody has been here for weeks. Same
At
thing with
this point,
the next tent.
Head up that way towards the big star.
The star's the portal. Sorry.
What?
The star is the portal.
Anything with the portal? Coming, going.
No, it's kind of dormant. And then for you guys, when you get there, like the stack of bodies isn't quite as high as, you know, not Iroh, but Rognak and Brunthar made it seem to be. Like when you guys are looking at it, you maybe see 20 bodies just like strewn around the portal, and the portal's sitting on the ground.
Can I ritually cast detect magic?
Did you see anything go through this portal?
He's
Uh,
asking Jerry that I'm ritually casting detect magic.
seemed like some magic or life got sucked out of things. I've seen some flowy green magic being sucked into the portal, but are the spikes still here for when they got impaled?
Um, no, no, you don't see spikes either. Like the bodies aren't stacked; they're strewn around it. Like they're laying around. The portal's on the ground. And you're thrown off too. Like you and Brunthar, you walk in and like that's not what we saw out there. Like that's not what this looks like.
Yeah, this was definitely not like this for the past 7 days.
Jerry, did you not say they used the portal? Like there was a big flash of light when someone walked into it, or is that something else?
Nobody walked into it. It was just glowy essence being sucked into the portal.
Detect magic seeing anything?
Oh yeah,
DM?
you now that you're inside of this circle, there is you see kind of like a huge dome. Like magic is surrounding you inside of this thing.
Oh, what type of magic?
Oh no, you don't know what this is. You've never seen this before in your life. Nobody's ever seen this magic. Old gods have seen this magic. Old gods have only taught like 2 people this magic.
I mean, I'll say to the party. I mean, I could try to dispel it, but I don't know what's here. I don't
Can we
think I'd
still
be
see the
powerful
ship?
enough.
Oh yeah, ship's still there. Like ship's there, tents there, like all the big structures that or, or buildings you saw outside are still there when you came in. It's just like desolate in there. It looks like nobody's lived there for a long time.
All right, head outside the dome.
As soon as you go to step away, you stop. Everybody just stops. You heroes, you guys always think you know what's best for the people. You guys always think you know everything. Well, guess what? You guys don't know shit. Me and my God, we're gonna teach you guys a lesson. Are you guys ready to have some fun? And as soon as he says fun, an encounter happens. But before that, we're gonna take a break.
Okie doke.
Pause the stream.
Yep. Alright guys,